Premier League predictions are back. Premier League preview is back, better than ever. We've got big games such as Bournemouth against Manchester City, Arsenal against Newcastle United, and the big one, Carabao Cup final, Liverpool against Chelsea at Wembley. Let's get it. So, first round of games, we have the Saturday fixtures. We got Aston Villa against Nottingham Forest, and that's going to be a good game of football. I feel like Aston Villa have got too much Nottingham Forest, but I feel like Nottingham Forest have been good under Nuno. Alanga's cooking. They've got Hudson-Odoi cooking as well. They played well in their last game. And I thought this was going to be a tough game for Aston Villa to break down. But I do think when Aston Villa score, the floodgates will open. One thing of Aston Villa you can guarantee is no clean sheet. But hopefully they do, because I've got Alex Moreno in the FPL and he can keep a clean sheet. But I do think that Aston Villa will win this fairly comfortably, but it will be a difficult game at the same time. So I'm going to go for 3-1 Aston Villa win. Bournemouth against Everton. So Brighton against Everton. I do feel like Brighton are a better team than Everton, but Everton without a point deduction will be sitting around 12th, 13th, comfortably out of the relegation zone, maybe even pushing for European places. But I do feel like Brighton will have too much Everton in this game. Brighton will concede definitely, but I feel like last year they got packed in by Brighton at home. I was there, but they got packed in by Everton at home. I was there. But I do feel like Brighton will, when they get that first goal, the floodgates will open. But I'm going to go for a fairly high scoring game. I think it'll be a good game of football as well. I'm going to go for a 3-2 Brighton win, because Brighton will concede, and I think Everton will put up a good fight as well. But I feel like Brighton have too much to offer and too much going forward. And they got the home crowd as well. And I feel like they got Pascal Gross, they got Matoma, they got all their man back. And I feel like it'll be too much for them to come back. Palace against Burnley. Palace got a new manager. They played well against Everton. They deserve the win, in my opinion. I don't think Elise is back. I think Eze can be back for this game. Burnley, that's awful. I think Palace will beat them comfortably as well. I think Burnley will dominate the ball, but I think Palace at home, first home game on their new manager, resurgence, new manager bounce, 3-1 Palace win. I think they'll have too much for Burnley. Man U against Fulham. I'm going for an underdog upset here. I'm going for a 1-1 draw. Man U been getting away with it for the last couple of weeks. They've been getting away with it, getting the results. But I'm not sure I've seen a Manchester United team this bad in my lifetime. I'm not sure I've seen a Man United team get battered by every team and everything they play against, deserving a victory. I don't know I've ever seen that before. And I think against a team like Fulham, they are inconsistent, but I think they will do well against this Manchester United team. Because Man U will have to come out against them and have to try and control the game. And Man U can't control the game when you got a rat like Bruno in midfield who can't control a midfield, and he can't play through the lines, and he can't play when there's no space in behind. And I feel like this sort of game, I feel they get pressed, and I think they'll get done as well. And I think Fulham got Pereira, they've got Muniz, Jimenez, Willian's cooking as well at the moment. He's looking cold. They got Wilson. I think they will do him. I don't think they'll do him. I think they'll draw. I think Fulham will score first. Man U will score late. And that's what I'm going to predict. 1-1 draw. Manchester United against Fulham. The big one. Bournemouth against Manchester City. Good game this. I think Man City will win this game. I think it'll be a tough game for them. I think it'll be a 1-1 draw half time. But I think second half Bournemouth will tire out. Because they try and play football, City will just pick them off in the second half, as they always do. But over a 3-1 City win, Foden to get a goal, Haaland to get a goal, and Bernardo to get a goal as well. Okay, we got Arsenal against Newcastle United. It's going to be a big game. Big game this is. Because I feel like Arsenal should win this game fairly comfortably. 5 Premier League wins on the bounce, undefeated in the Premier League in 2024. I know we lost to Porto on Wednesday. Poor performance, but this is Champions League and Premier League is completely different pressure. Champions League is all about being compact and taking your chances, and not just about playing pretty football, but about playing winning football, because it's tournament football. You don't win the Champions League by being the best team. You win the Champions League by being the most efficient team. Look at Chelsea when they won it. Look at Madrid when they won it. They weren't the best team in the world, but they still won it. But I do think that in the Premier League, Arsenal are a different match right now. Newcastle are awful. They're on awful form. I think if Arsenal can score in the first 10-15 minutes, it will settle nerves down. I think we'll pick them off. I think we'll absolutely pump them. If we score early, I think this could be a cricket score. I don't think Newcastle that good. They're falling off a little bit, but I don't blame Eddie Howe, because I think they haven't got good players. They're sitting around 8th now. That's where they should be. That's where they should be, Newcastle. Their players are for 8th place. They haven't got world-class players. Last year they overachieved because everyone else was awful. They got Matt Dan Burn, Shaw, the Bradker in goal, Trippier, who's absolutely washed. They got Longstaff, Almiron. These aren't top-level footballers. Antonelli got injured, who got suspended, who's their best midfielder. So I think they will finish around 8th this year, but I think Arsenal will pick them off, going for 3-0 Arsenal win, clean sheet again. And yeah, so let's move on to the next round. Sorry, not that kind of fixtures, but the second day of fixtures on the Sunday and the Monday. We've got Wolverhampton Wanderers against Sheffield United. Wolves are cooking, oozing right now. Pedro Neto, my baller, get him to Arsenal right now. It's cooking. Wolves will batter them. I think they're going to pick them off comfortably. Over a 4-0 win. I think Neto will get a goal or two. I know King is up. I think Hwang Chan will score. I think this will be an absolute cricket score. Sheffield United are absolutely woeful. Woeful. One of the worst Premier League sides I've ever seen. Ever. At least Burnley try and play football. Sheffield United park the bus, put 5 buses in front, and you still walk through. And they're all invisible, fam. And I feel like Sheffield United will get picked off in this game, going for 4-0 Wolverhampton Wanderers nil, clean sheet, easy days, job done. And let's move down. They move up to 9th or 10th. I think they move up to 8th in the table actually if they win, which will be very impressive for Wolves. And they can push European places as well. West Ham against Brentford. This is sure to be an excellent football game. I think West Ham are on poor form right now. West Ham are playing some horrible football right now. And I do think that it will be a tough game for West Ham to break them down. I think that West Ham will have to... It's going to be 2 teams to cancel each other out, because Brentford try and play football. Brentford try and play expansive football. Brentford try and play good football as well. But I do think that it will be a good game of football to watch. Because I think Brentford will try and play football, but West Ham have to play football because their fans have been on their case. Their fans have been upset when they're playing. The fans have been upset when they're at home, they just park the bus. They don't play good football under Moyes. And they've got good players play good football. I think because they could be back for this game. But Brentford got Tony. They got Whistle cooking as well. Mopay. I think Brentford could win this game personally. 2-1 Brentford. Tony will score a brace. The reason I think they're going to win this game is because West Ham haven't won a game this year. Brentford have been playing well recently, but they aren't getting the results. Against Tottenham, they deserved to win, they lost. Against City, they deserved the draw, at least they lost the game because the defender slipped. Against Liverpool, they played really well. I think the draw would have been a fair result, but they made defensive errors which cost them the game. 4-1 flat to Liverpool, to be honest. But I do think that, it's going to be a tough game to predict. It's going to be a very tough game to predict, but I do think that West Ham will lose this game and Moyes will be sacked. Because I heard reports saying that West Ham are looking at a new manager and they'll lose this game. I think Burnham will score, Kudos assist, but I think Brentford will win this game. They'll dominate the ball because Brentford like playing football. Even they don't really sit back, they like playing football, Brentford. That's why I like their team. Tony will score brace, and I think they will win 2-1. The big one. Chelsea against Liverpool. The big game. This game is huge. This game is massive. This is the biggest game for Chelsea this season. One sec, people. What am I doing here? Yeah, back here. The biggest game of Chelsea's season. This is the biggest game for a while. Gonna be a great game of football, this. I think Liverpool are the favourites, but the injuries they have are huge. No Jota. Potentially no Salah. No Alisson. No Trent. No Curtis Jones. Potentially no Szoboszlai. No Thiago. Potentially no Nunes. Chelsea play well against the bigger sides. And it's not at Anfield this time, it's at Wembley. I think Chelsea win this game. 2-1 Chelsea in extra time. Last minute. Going for Enzo Fernandez. Absolute belter. Chelsea were going to win this game. You may laugh at me. You may call me deluded. You may say I don't know ball. But Chelsea are going to win this game. 2-1 Chelsea. It's going to happen. Liverpool with the injuries. Chelsea and Nkunku's back. They got Palmer. Fernandes in midfield. They got Caicedo. Gallagher, he's overrated. He's average. But their front three could be looking like Sterling, Nkunku, Jackson, Palmer. Their front four. Palmer in the 10. Jackson on the wing with Sterling on the wing. And then with Nkunku up front. With Enzo and Caicedo in midfield. They want to do that. Or they can just drop one of them and then play Gallagher in the 10 and play 3 to give them the legs in midfield. I would go for it and play all 4 of them. But I think Poch will be a coward and play Gallagher. But I think this will be a great game of football. 2 top teams. Even if Chelsea aren't that good, against the biggest sides they turn up. Because it suits their play style against bigger sides because there's more space. I feel like Liverpool will have the quality to finish their chances because they haven't got Salah or Nunes. So, and Jota is always their best finisher. 2-1 Chelsea. Thank you for watching my Premier League preview and Carabao Cup preview and predictions. Thanks for watching and make sure you subscribe to Beckly Francis Talks Football and make sure you subscribe to Beckly Francis, my main channel. I have a video on there later on today. A video talking about nothing to lose, everything to win. But thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. And thank you everyone for tuning into my content. I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. Goodbye. Ciao. And God bless.